On most motorcycles, the engine sits inside the frame. It's like the heart is inside the skeleton. The skeleton protects the heart. On Royal Enfield Himalayan 450, that's not true. The engine becomes the part of the frame. Anything you bolt on near that engine, a crash guard, a skid plate, is just not a decorative item. It's part of that frame now. So before you try and even think of adding any accessory to this motorcycle, you need to understand what that accessory does to this frame. By the end of this video, you will be able to decide for each accessory what impact does it have, and is it good or is it bad. Every accessory on this video will be judged on one very basic simple principle. Does it touch that load bearing area, or does it simply stay away from it? Tier A needs a closer look, mounts at or through these bolts and is at higher stakes. Tier B, safe to add, doesn't touch those bolts but is still adds real weight or changes balance. And Tier C, it doesn't matter at all, no connection to this or anything. We won't force a verdict here, just to seem consistent. What you actually buy is still your choice. Royal Enfield is clear about this one thing. Use the genuine motorcycle accessory. The engine guard costs 4750 rupees. The rally cage with sump guard built for real off-road use costs 9950 rupees. Royal Enfield's technical team also told the Autocar team most of their accessories are to be used genuine because no vendor, at least from the Indian market, has had enough experience with the motorcycle to give a good or a green light to any accessory which has been tested over a very long period of time. To understand why this decision is so important and why am I giving it so much of diligence is because of the fact that follows. On a normal motorcycle, the frame is complete structure by itself. Take the engine out and the frame still holds its shape. Royal Enfield's own spec confirms that this bike is different. It's a steel twin spar tube frame and the shape of 450 engine is bolted in as what's called a stressed member. The entire frame and the engine is bolted by 3 very specific bolts with a very specific size, a very specific washer, and a very specific tightening angle, or in technical terms, torque. Now, every single part is important because the bolt size, the washer, the specificity of washer, and the tightening angles decides how the energy is supposed to travel across it. You change the bolt, or the spacer, or even the tightening angle, and the bike will behave differently from what it is supposed to. And this is just not theory. There are cases from 2024, 2025, where the chassis has broken without any accident on its own, just traveling. And Royal Enfield investigated it themselves. And out of the investigation came the fact that there was a different bolt and a different washer, and altogether a very different tightening angle used. To be fair, not everyone agrees to Royal Enfield's claim, or should I say to this positioning. There have been aftermarket accessory makers who have debated this and have even come on record to say that their accessories are nowhere close to touching these bolts. You and I should map every specific part, every specific aftermarket as per or against the claims and the specifics from Royal Enfield. This channel and I am supposed to bring out the real engineering facts in front of you. And you are supposed to choose your side. And if you like this approach, you might want to hit the subscribe button and share this video with your friends. 2 more things before we move on from Tier A. Skid guard or sump guard are also made by a lot of third-party accessory makers. If you're changing the OEM bolt, spacer, or even the tightening angle, you might want to relook at it again. Check the bolt, check the spacer, check the tightening angle. It is very important to understand that the tightening angle is as important as the part itself. And you need to have the same or approximately the same tightening angle as the OEM. They define the load path. They define how the energy and the force will travel through the frame. Okay, the next accessory under Tier A are the crash guard bags. So if you are hanging anything off the crash guard, it becomes a part of the crash guard and the load becomes part of the load that the crash guard is supposed to bear. So the rule for Tier A is so simple. The rule is you go by what Royal Enfield has specified. The bolt, the spacer, the torque. Anything which changes this, anything which affects this needs to be looked at. So Tier A punishes you for getting anything wrong. But Tier B is a little bit calmer. It's not completely risk-free, but a lot calmer than Tier A. So the first accessory under Tier B are the luggage, and especially hard panniers versus soft panniers. It's also a small battle. So nothing under this tier has a direct impact on the load-bearing bolts, but it still adds real weight and changes the bike's balance. And this tier has some very interesting physics behind it. Hard panniers bolt on to a rail on the subframe. It's a solid setup, but that hard box sits right at the widest point of the bike. So if you drop the bike, the force goes straight into that mounting grade instead of soaking it up. Soft, rackless bags do the opposite. They squish and absorb the hit, and they still narrower on the bike. So there are two problems with the hard top boxes and the panniers. It makes the bike easier to tip over when you're at slower speed or when you're taking U-turns and stuff. And the weight shifts the wrong way when you take brakes, and especially hard brakes. The next accessory in Tier B are the bar ends. Now this accessory, ignored by a lot of people, but it has one of the best jobs to do. See, the motorcycle is a single cylinder engine, and inherently it has a lot of vibration which flows up to the handlebar, the foot pegs, and the seat. The sole job of bar ends, and heavier bar ends in this case, is to minimize the vibration. Moving on to the skid plate, I am a big fan of it, and heavier skid plates are better, and I'll tell you why. You see, the center of gravity for any motorcycle is created as such, it should be towards the ground. What the skid plate does is it adds more weight at the right places. It sits low and right at the bottom center. Seat, screen, and handlebar rises. These are all under Tier C. Now you can get anything as per your comfort and as per your height, weight, etc., etc. All this or any of this does not affect the engine or the frame in any way. Get a touring seat if you want. If you want more comfort, this is all as per your height and weight. Most probably, the word is that the touring seats is ideal for long tours and travels, much more than the OEM ones. The handlebar risers is again bases the triangle, the rider's triangle that you have as per your height. I think that is something that you should look at if you are really short, or even if you're tall, just like me. I need handlebar risers. Anything below 20 mm is regarded not to disturb any physics of the motorcycle. A taller windscreen for a guy like me who's 6 feet plus is very, very important. The OEM one is good, but it's not wide enough for me. So I had to go for an aftermarket, which is wider, and also it is easier to get those windscreen extensions placed on the wider windscreen. The next accessory on the Tier C list are the handlebar guards. Now for me, they're very important because one, they add weight, and which helps me minimize a little bit of vibration. And if I add it with the bar ends, it becomes a very good combo. And it helps a lot during crash, because if you are on a longer ride and you're away from any service center, well, Royal Enfield is known to have a lot of service centers, but again, it really protects the liver guards, the brakes, and everything else. The navigation and power accessories. Now, this is something that has gained a lot of attraction. Now, these are great additions. I have one, and it really, really helps us out especially when you're riding in groups and even when you're traveling, because the most important part are the maps. And one of the most important accessories under Tier C is the radiator grille. You're free to use whatever you want, but I always caution, because radiator grills, if chosen wrong with the wrong material and cheaper ones, they do more harm than good. I have seen a couple of cases where the radiator grill, the aftermarket accessory, has actually punctured the radiator grill. Next up is headlight grill. Himalayan, because you're going on an off-road and the terrains are unfortunately bad, really helps when it needs to deflect anything coming up from the trucks which are moving in front of you. Mirrors. Now, this is something that we need to understand properly, because the OEM mirrors, especially on this bike, are known to have a lot of vibration at certain RPMs, and especially when there are vibration bands that are very much present on the bike. Touring mirrors from the Royal Enfield for this motorcycle are pretty good, and you can use them as well. Tier A needs a closer look. It exists because Royal Enfield itself confirmed this bolt area carries real structural load. Tier B, safe to add, exists because weight and balance still matter, even when you're not touching those bolts. And Tier C doesn't matter at all, exists because some accessories simply don't carry the story. Tier A stands out as the most critical accessory that I want to put. The engine on this bike is part of the skeleton. Once you understand this basic fact, I think choosing accessories and choosing within Tier A, B and C becomes so well understood, and it's so simply put. Till the next time we see each other. Ciao.